Hi, welcome to my video on the multiplication of three binomials. Just a reminder that if you're in grade 9 and you're handling this topic for the first time, just check with your teacher or check with your textbook or whatever to find out if you're multiplying three binomials this year or do you have to wait till next year. But it's always good to know how to do it. So here we go. Multiplying three binomials. Let's use this as the first example. If I'm going to multiply 4 by 2 by 3 because they're in brackets, I could go 4 times 2 is 8 and then multiply 3 by 8 to get 24. If I want to, because multiplication is associative, then I can multiply the 4 and the 3 first to get a 6, and then 4 times 6 is 24. I get the same answer. But remember, in the order of operations, we have to do the multiplication from left to right. In other words, we do the 4 times 2 and then get that. But note, when you got to be careful when you're doing binomials and when you're multiplying polynomials, is that if you can't multiply 4 by 2 to get 8 and then 4 by 3 to get 12. Because that will give you a 96. So if you're doing three multiplications back to back, you have to multiply 2 of them and then multiply it by the third one after. So in this case, when we want to simplify these, multiply these and simplify in descending order, what do you want to do? Do you want to multiply the x plus 1 by x plus 2 first and then multiply it by x plus 3? Or do you want to multiply x plus 2 by x plus 3 and then multiply by x plus 1? So it's your choice, not mine. So I'm going to multiply the first two here, but I'm going to leave this one alone. So let's multiply these two by FOIL. First, x squared. Outside, plus 2x. Inside, plus 1x, or just x. 1 times 2 is 2. When I multiply those two binomials, I should simplify this binomial first before I go further. So when I do, I add up my like terms. So I get x squared and a 2, and I add 2 and 1 to get 3x. After I multiply the two binomials and simplify it, now I will do FOIL again, because now I have a trinomial times a binomial. So I have to multiply x squared by x cubed, x squared by 3 to get 3x squared. So the x squared is multiplied by those two. Now the 3x is going to multiply by those two. So 3x times x is 3x squared. And 3x times 3 is 9x. Now I multiply the 2 by the two of those. So 2 times x is 2x. And 2 times 3 is 6. And I look for descending order, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1, perfect. So that's an x cubed plus a 6x squared plus 11x plus 6. Descending order, 3, 2, 1, and everything is okay. Or you might want to leave the x plus 1 alone and multiply these two. It's your choice. So x times x is x squared, x times 3 is 3x, and 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times 3 is 6. Notice, first, outside, inside, last. So in my head I did x times x, x times 3. There they are. Then I did 2 times x and 2 times 3. And again, you simplify this product. You always, if you think about making math easier, you do an operation and then you simplify it. So I've multiplied these two by FOIL and I've simplified them. Now I'm ready to take this binomial times the trinomial. So x is multiplied by the three of these. So that's going to give me x cubed, 5x squared, and 6x. So that's x times these three. Now I'm going to take the 1 and multiply by the three of these. So 1 times x squared, 1 times 5, and 1 times 6. Now I have to group my like terms. So that's x cubed first, then I got my squares next. So 5x squared plus x squared. Then this x's are next, 6x, 5x, and then the 6. Remember, the constant is always on the right side in descending order. Add up my like terms. I got an x cubed. 5 and 1 is 6, x squared. 6 and 5 is 11, x plus 6. And notice the two answers are the same. It's your choice. Do you want to multiply these two first and then this one? Or do you want to multiply these two and then this one? So in a trinomial is your choice. And B, which way do I want to go? Most times in math, when I have, like, give you an example. If most times you don't have trinomials, I'm just doing this as an extra. But most times you have, like, this is extra now, 3 times x plus 1 times x plus 4. Most times you'll have a monomial times 2 binomials. If that's most you're going to have. These are just extras I'm doing here. So if I had this, I would definitely multiply those two first in here, and then simplify them, and then multiply by the 3. You should, if you have a monomial, keep the monomial on the left side of the two binomials. So in this case, I practice that I will multiply these two first. Now again, I can multiply these two by the order of operations, but I find most times multiplying these two first and then multiplying by this one is what most teachers do. They don't obey the order of operations here. That is, multiply these two first and then multiply by this one. So multiply, I get 6x squared. 2x times 2 is 4x. Negative 1 times 3x, negative 3x. Negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. And we have to simplify the inside, which is 6x squared plus 1x minus 2. That's a 1 understood. 4 minus 3 is 1. Now that I have that multiplied, done, simplified, now I will multiply the x times these 3 and then negative 2 times these 3. Here we go. X times 6x squared. X times x, x squared. X times negative 2, negative 2x. That's done. Now negative 2 times these 3. Negative 2 times 6, x squared. Negative 2 times x, negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 2 plus 4. And I have to arrange them in descending order. So I got a 6x cubed. X squareds are coming next. The x's are coming next. And then the constant. Notice descending order. The 3's, the 2's, the 1's in terms of the exponents, powers. And when you move these around, don't change the signs. And 1, that's a 1 there. Negative 12 is a negative 11. Negative 2 is negative 4. Make that a square there. And so I have the multiplication of the binomials done. Okay, practice. Practice means you can pause your video, work these out, and see if you're going to get the right answer. Simplify each in descending order. Here we go. So if you want to multiply these two, I'm going to go this way. Because when I did all my math in the earlier years, way back in grade 9, 10, 11, and so on, 12, I've always multiplied this way. So that's x times x, x times negative 1, 2 times x, 2 times negative 1. And I simplify the inside first. Just imagine if you did not simplify this. You would have to go x times the 4 of these, and then negative 6 times the 4 of these. That will give you 8 terms. But by simplifying this, which is x squared plus x minus 2, when you add these two, you get an x. Now you have 2 there and 3 there. So now you only get 6 terms. By simplifying, you get less multiplication to do. X times these 3 is x cubed. X times x, x squared. X times negative 2, negative 2x. Negative 6 times these 3 now. Negative 6 times x squared. Negative 6 times x. And negative 6 times negative 2 And descending order, the 3 is first, x cubed. The squares are next. The x's are next. And the 12 is last, constant. And add, no x cubes to go with it. 1 and negative 6 is a negative 5, x squared. Negative 2, negative 6 is negative 8, and a plus 12. Perfect. Now let's do these two. Or 3. So I'm going to leave this one alone and multiply these two. So that's 9x squared and plus 6x minus 6x minus 4. So first, outside, inside, last. Done. Again, simplify it. Y, reminder, 2x times all of these gives you 4 terms. 3 times all of these gives you 4 more terms. That's 8. But when you simplify, let's see what happens. Oh, they cancel out. And I get 9x squared minus 4. Now I only got 2 and 2 here. That only gives me 4 terms in total. So that's half the terms. So simplifying makes it easier. 2x times 9x cubed, 9x squared is 18x cubed. 2x times negative 4, negative 8x. 3 times 9x squared is positive 27x squared. And 3 times 4, negative 4 is, oops, my brain is not working right now. Negative, that's a negative 12. Well, that is negative 12. Sorry for that. And descending order is the x cubed goes first, then the x squared goes second, then the 8x goes next, and the negative 12. So the cube, the square, then that's a 1, and the constant is always on the right. Again, when you multiply the binomial times the binomial, simplify it if you can, and then it makes the work easier, less work. And we have a 4x plus 1 right here. So I'm going to multiply these two. So here we go. Negative 24x squared, negative 12x, minus 6x, and a minus 3. And we add those like terms together. Negative 24x squared, negative 18x, and a negative 3. These are the like terms, so you add. Negative and a negative is your negative 18x. And now we multiply the binomial times the trinomial. So 2 and 3, that's 6 terms altogether. So there we go. 4x times negative 2x squared is, whoa, that's what? 96x cubed. Okay. And that's a negative 72x squared. Bigger numbers this time. So 4x times negative 3, negative 12x. But that don't make any difference. We can handle it. And 1 times each of these, they won't change. So that's a negative 24x squared. 1 times negative 18x. 1 times negative 3, negative 3. And we do it descending order, 96x cubed minus 72x squared minus 24x squared minus 12x minus 18x minus 3. And we add up our like terms, and the negative 72 and negative 24 is a negative 96x squared, negative 30x, negative 12, negative 18, and negative 3. So we have notice the numbers are a little bit bigger now, but I just designed that. I kept the numbers small here. The products are not bad. I kept them small here, but here I made them a little bit bigger, and I just twisted around, and you got a negative x. But it doesn't make any difference as long as you obey what you're doing. That is, multiply these two binomials, simplify it, and then multiply again. You can only do, out of 3 multiplications, you can only do 2, get that done, and then do the third one. Be careful. Be careful. Okay, that brings us to the end of this video. And if you like my video, and you like to practice, again, check with your teacher on your course that if you're multiplying three binomials together. And if you like the video, then click the like button. If you're not a subscriber, click the subscribe button. Click the notification bell because there's more videos that I'm going to be doing in the future. Write a comment on my video if you're a subscriber, and visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, to get information on me, my videos, and the content. In the me section is my degrees and teaching experience. Section on video tells you about the teaching strategies you're going to use to help you learn your math. And the section on content has the topics and the number of videos on each of those topics. And the black font has the topics that are online right now on my YouTube channel, which is Math Fully Explained. And the red font is the topics I'll be doing in the near future. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.